Bonsoir, my pets. Did you all miss me?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best evildoers on American Horror Story. We'll only be focusing on the mainline anthology series, so no American Horror Stories villains today. Spoilers for the first 11 seasons.
We're gonna continue our therapy now, Lena.
Number 20, Chester Krebs. Most AHS villains have whole seasons to establish themselves and grow. Chester Krebs, on the other hand, doesn't even show up until the 11th episode of Freak Show, and bows out in the next one. So credit the sheer screen magnetism of Neil Patrick Harris for making Chester so memorable.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves to witness the death-defying feat first performed by the great Torini for Pope Pius VII.
A traveling salesman and magician, Chester is brought onto the team and eventually becomes the owner of the Freak Show. But he harbors a lot of skeletons in his closet, stemming from a traumatic experience that's channeled through his ventriloquist dummy.
Shh, shh, she doesn't much care for that word. Now Marjorie, this is a potential employer, so please try to make a good impression.
I always do. You're the real dummy.
In one of the series' goriest moments, Chester's magic box routine goes awry when he actually saws Emma Roberts' Maggie Esmeralda in half. Ta-da! Number 19, Papa Legba. On a show that features grisly demises so prominently, it makes sense that a physical embodiment of death would show up at some point.
What makes you think I can help? I'm merely a gatekeeper between humanity and the underworld.
Founded in real-world Haitian voodoo, Papa Legba is a gatekeeper to the spirit world. Due to many of the characters in Coven practicing witchcraft, Papa Legba is just a summoning ritual away. But buyers beware when dealing with Legba. While he does trade honestly, his asking prices for the heart's desires are often steep, usually the buyer's soul.
I shine to only one thing, your soul.
It could be argued that Papa Legba is less of a villain and more of a dark reflection of the people he deals with, but his antagonistic characterization brought to life by the late great Lance Reddick is too iconic not to recognize.
Eventually, everybody pays. Everybody suffers.
Number 18, The Butcher. So that's what happened to the lost colony of Roanoke. The Butcher was once a woman named Thomasin White, who was banished from the Roanoke colony and left to die. However, she was saved by a witch named Skahach and developed an allegiance to the supernatural entity. She soon butchered the colony, going so far as to kill her own son when he began to rebel against her. Now, the Butcher is a disgusting, rotting supernatural entity who kills anyone entering her sacred land. She's nothing but a horrifying monster who will stop at nothing to keep her land protected. In short, she is the stuff of nightmares.
Her message was clear. We were next.
Number 17, Edward Mordrake. The Halloween episodes are a staple of American Horror Story, and the two-parter from Freak Show does not disappoint.
A good All Hallows Eve to you, madam.
Edward Mordrake.
At your service.
Superstition of a 19th century supernatural freak dissuades many from performing on All Hallows Eve, else they invoke his presence. However, Elsa Mars's stubbornness and delusions of stardom summon Mr. Mordrake all the same.
You are a tattered waste of oxygen who boasts herself with contempt for others. I am not here to take you on to greatness, woman. I am here to take someone with me to the other side. Perhaps you.
A man with a face in the back of his head and a mind of his own. Mordrake killed his troupe when he was still alive, and now returns to find the perfect player to join them in the afterlife.
Don't stop now. We came for the show.
After an extended vetting process, he ultimately takes series figurehead Twisty the Clown, before returning in the finale to usher Elsa herself into the afterlife. Number 16, Mr. Whiteley.
Are you ready for me, Doctor?
Yes. Mr. Whitby?
It's Whiteley, and I have a rash. A rash that won't go away.
Taking place at the advent of the AIDS epidemic, NYC is perhaps the series' most personal and emotional season, and that extends to the villain as well.
I can tell from your face that you're angry, scared, in pain. The others were too. There's a lot of pain in us. I want to make that legible.
A Vietnam veteran and a nurse in the daylight hours, Mr. Whiteley is one of the most unassuming villains on the show. His demure disposition obscures his violent tendencies and identity as New York's Mai Tai killer. Disillusioned by society's attitude toward the gay community and by the lack of solidarity within it, Whiteley seeks to spotlight their plight and hardships. By murdering gay men and assembling various body parts into what he calls the Sentinel, Whiteley's cause is as warped as it is thematically affecting, proving the writers know how to craft a well-rounded villain.
No one cares about us. That no one cares what happens to us, especially the police. I think I proved my point, don't you?
Number 15, Stanley. Clearly, Freak Show has no shortage when it comes to great villains. And we aren't even done yet. One of the original mainstays of the show, Dennis O'Hare has crafted many memorable characters. But perhaps none so despicable as Stanley.
Knock, knock. You wanted to see me?
Yeah. Tell me more about this television.
A con artist through and through, Stanley values nothing as highly as the almighty dollar. He'll do anything to make a quick buck, and unfortunately, his primary client is the American Morbidity Museum. Determined to callously sell them real-life oddities, Stanley poses as a Hollywood agent to spirit away any freaks against their will.
Nobody cares what happens to a freak. The only proper question is how we display the body, under formaldehyde or vacuum sealed. Trust me.
He causes a great deal of misery, but as karma would have it, gets a fate worse than death that's only fitting of his misdeeds. Number 14, the Axeman. Based on the real, unidentified serial killer who operated in early 20th century New Orleans, the Axeman returns in Coven as a spirit at Miss Robichaux's academy.
You see, I had a contract. Promises were made. And all you've got to do is sing and dance and call the witches who owe me my freedom. And I'll provide the music.
In his backstory, the Axeman promised to spare New Orleans residents who played jazz music in their home, while axing those who didn't. He was thus lured to the academy, where the witches promptly dispatched him. In the present day, he's summoned by our protagonists and ultimately freed from the confines of the academy grounds. From there, the soft-spoken saxophone-playing murderer strikes up a relationship with Fiona Goode, which certainly has its ups and downs.
Well, that's why I took up the saxophone.
You really are good with the ladies.
I'm good.
Played brilliantly by Danny Houston, the Axeman is a memorable and, dare we say, underutilized villain in the AHS universe. Number 13, Margaret Booth. 1984 is all about subverting tropes from classic slasher movies. Initially, it seems like Benjamin Richter, aka Mr. Jingles, is going to be the overarching antagonist of the season. However, it's later revealed that the 1970 massacre at Camp Redwood was actually orchestrated by its supposed sole survivor, Margaret Booth.
Why did you come back here?
Finish what I started.
What you started. Oh, you poor man. You never had a chance.
Margaret pinned it on Benjamin and essentially gaslighted him into being a killer. In the present day, Margaret presents herself as the friendly and clean-cut director of the reopened Camp Redwood, but her appearance belies a ruthless and bloodthirsty personality.
Do you want to know the other great thing about God? You can use him to explain why something happened, but you can also use him to explain why you did something, even something horrible. Isn't that great?
Leslie Grossman is a later addition to the main AHS cast, but she definitely made her presence known in 1984 with Margaret Booth. Number 12, Dr. Arthur Arden.
What have you been saying about me?
The truth. I know who you are.
Arthur Arden served as both the main physician and administrator at Briarcliff Manor, a sanitarium for the mentally ill. However, Arden is less caring physician and more psychotic ex-Nazi war criminal who enjoys torturing his patients without anesthetic.
I hope you don't mind if I don't use anesthetic. It interferes with my readings.
Arden is a completely psychotic man who's interested in advancing human evolution through his experiments. However, in practice, all he's really done is sadistically torture his patients and create nasty zombies. If you think that's bad, just remember that Arden was based on an all-too-real Nazi physician named Joseph Mengele, who conducted horrific experiments on the prisoners of Auschwitz.
You were a very naughty girl last night. You tried to fly away, so I had to clip your wings. But not to worry. My surgical training was impeccable.
Number 11. James Patrick March. The Hotel Cortez is arguably the most haunted location in the AHS universe, with a truly bloody history. And a lot of that has to be attributed to its creator, James Patrick March.
Ah, yes. That light in the loafers fellow that bought my hotel. Very good, darling, very good. Might I suggest that when you murder him, you do so off the property? It'd be damned awkward to keep running into him for all eternity.
A wealthy serial killer from the early 20th century, March erected the Hotel Cortez as a base of operations to hide his many atrocities. In the present day, he continually returns as one of the hotel's many spirits to cause more mischief, and to foster John Lowe as the second Ten Commandments killer.
He won't do it.
Why? This man has greatness in him. Once-in-a-generation rage. A man only has a grip as tight as he does, because he knows that if he lets go even slightly, he will hurl himself into the abyss.
March's modus operandi has often likened him to real-life murderer H.H. Holmes. While the comparison is apt, Evan Peters completely makes this role his own, with oodles of panache and showmanship.
Pull the trigger and take her last breath. It's exhilarating.
Number 10. Michael Langdon.
Who the hell are you?
My name is Michael Langdon, and I'm here to do for you what your Supreme couldn't.
A crossover between Murder House and Coven, arguably the show's best seasons, Apocalypse feels like the endgame of American Horror Story. Any season with that much hype needs a villain to match, and thankfully, this one has it in the form of Michael Langdon.
Trust me, you have nothing to worry about. You see, I have a talent. Call it a kind of night vision of the soul. I can see into the dark places that people desperately try to keep hidden.
The son of a human and a ghost, Michael is essentially the antichrist, and makes a big impression early on when he all but destroys the world.
If there was a God, why would he allow the Armageddon? The concept of sin does seem a bit antiquated. Rules for keeping the chaos at bay. No need for rules anymore. Chaos has won.
Actor Cody Fern was new on the AHS scene when he took on Michael. While that would be an intimidating role for anyone on their first outing, Fern nails the characterization, oozing confidence and malevolence in every scene. Number 9. Fiona Goode. American Horror Story would be nothing without Jessica Lange. And while many of her characters ride the line between anti-hero and villain, we feel that none fits the bill better than Fiona Goode.
You are missing the point.
Which is?
The point is, in this whole wide, wicked world, the only thing you have to be afraid of is me.
The show's first established Supreme, Fiona is thus the most powerful witch of her generation. Whereas other Supremes might use their status for good, Fiona is interested only in keeping her power and lording it over others. This makes her an incredibly layered character, and one perfectly suiting Lange's strengths.
This coven doesn't need a new Supreme. It needs a new rug.
While we also considered Fiona's sometimes rival Marie Laveau as another recurring source of antagonism, few witches make bad look so good quite like Fiona.
Who's the baddest witch in town?
Number 8. The Countess. If we've learned anything here, it's that villains with a title are extremely terrifying entities who should never be messed with. The Countess, also known as Elizabeth, is the beautiful and seductive owner of the Hotel Cortez. The Countess is a vampire who uses her beauty, sexuality, and seductive nature to lure people to her hotel so she can kill them and feast on their blood.
He's yours.
She even keeps various children inside the hotel to serve as a constant source of blood. And while she is a far more complex villain than most, she is still a cold, heartless vampire who will do anything for a meal.
You are a revelation.
Number 7. Kai Anderson. It was only a matter of time before narrative television explored the current political climate. Kai Anderson serves as a cult leader who will do anything to bring people to his cause, including murder. Due to his political ideologies, he attacks ethnic minorities and LGBTQ+ communities and uses them to fuel his political agenda to further incite hatred and oppression. Kai also showcases classic traits of psychopathy. He is externally charming, but he is also highly manipulative. He lacks any sort of empathy, and he doesn't seem to have any semblance of a conscience.
Are you going to waste my time? Do you understand how valuable my time is? How much it means that I'm here doing?
The social commentary in Season 7 may have been a little over the top for some, but Kai is delightfully evil.
Just keep living your truth. And please.
Number 6, Dandy Mott.
Monty Clift. If I had been in the place in the sun, George Stevens would have had me do the walk to the electric chair shirtless.
Don't let the boyish appearance fool you. Dandy Mott is an evil, evil man. While Dandy was raised in wealth, his mother was often absent, but ever enabling. So the riches resulted in Dandy becoming a spoiled man-child who would incite violence whenever he wouldn't get his way. He later allies himself with Twisty and becomes a serial killer. And once the freak show is sold to him, he massacres most of the troupe in a fit of rage. What makes Dandy so scary isn't exactly the character, but the realism. Ghosts and vampires are good for campfires and scary movies, but it's the psychopaths who inspire true fear.
My car just broke down. Would you mind if I came in and borrowed your telephone to call the auto club? I'm happy to pay you for the call.
Nonsense. Come in.
Thank you.
Number 5, Delphine LaLaurie.
I invite all the eligible bachelors just to meet you and you. Spread your filthy legs.
There's simply no going wrong with Kathy Bates. She gave us one of Stephen King's most memorable villains in Misery, and she's proven time and time again that she can be ridiculously scary given the right material. This is the right material, as the factual Delphine LaLaurie is about as evil as you can get. In the past, she was a serial killer who would dissect, torture, and kill her slaves and make a beauty balm out of their insides. Even in the modern age, she retains her pride, vanity, and terrible racism, and she continues to prove that she has few to zero redeeming qualities whatsoever. Delphine is the embodiment of evil.
How dare you open your foul mouth to me, negress? Excuse me? I may be a maid, but there are limits to my servitude.
Number 4, Tate Langdon. Like Dandy Mott, Tate Langdon is a villain very much based in real-world fears. And these fears remain just as relevant today as they did when the first season was released. Like most psychopaths, Tate is both intelligent and charming, but he also harbors an extremely dark past. Tate was once a mentally disturbed individual who clad himself in black and killed 15 people at his high school. Don't let Evan Peters' boyish good looks fool you. Tate is a psychotic man whom everyone, both adults and teenagers alike, can and should fear. Number 3, Dr. Oliver Thredson, aka Bloody Face. Silly though his name may be, Bloody Face is downright terrifying. Bloody Face is an infamous serial killer, and while Kit is falsely believed to be Bloody Face, we later learn that it is in fact the hospital's psychiatrist, Oliver Thredson. Thredson skins and decapitates his victims, assaults Lana, and admits to her that he did unspeakable things to Wendy's body. Bloody Face brings to mind numerous serial killers of the past, including Ted Bundy, who also decapitated his victims. Like Bundy, Bloody Face is a true monster in every sense of the word.
It was then that I knew what I was missing.
Number 2, Twisty the Clown. If there's one villain even non-American Horror Story fans recognize, it's Twisty. His macabre appearance has a way of immediately getting under your skin, as he's clad in a filthy clown outfit and an absolutely terrifying prosthetic mask, which gives him the appearance of a perpetual grin. Of course, his personality is just as horrifying as his outward appearance. Twisty is a serial killer who targets and kidnaps children, as he believes that he's saving them from their overbearing and unloving parents. His horrendous actions and petrifying appearance combine to make Twisty one of the show's and one of television's scariest villains.
Main's missing.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Sister Mary Eunice.
I'm not just one of your many toys. You don't own me. Don't say I can't go with other boys.
So far, we've seen various forms of evil: sadistic physicians, creepy ghosts, seductive vampires, and numerous psychopaths. And while those are all extremely unsettling, nothing compares to the devil itself. Sister Mary Eunice begins the series as a shy and meek nun before she is possessed by the devil, which results in her becoming both manipulative and evil. In this state, she commits blackmail and assault, offers the psychotic Oliver Thredson a cozy job, commits murder, and even plans to completely take over the Vatican with the Monsignor as Pope. It really doesn't get more evil than the devil, even when it's in the body of a meek and beautiful woman. Who's your favorite American Horror Story villain? Scream about them in the comments.